Yo, what's up YouTube? Stan back with another video. Today we're gonna get the car washed. I'm gonna show you how I wash my particular car. My car's black, so it takes a little bit more detail. And we're also gonna wash my friend Khalif's car. Just a regular, his car is blue, but it doesn't take, I'm not gonna say it doesn't take quite as much detail, but just the ins and outs. Like if you have a silver car, white car, whatever, you don't have to sit here and labor, because black, most of you know, if you have a black car, that it'll mar and scratch pretty easy. But like I said, I'm gonna give you my take on how I wash black cars. I'm not gonna say my car's right, I mean my method's right or wrong, but this is just how I do it. And then like I said, we're gonna wash this one too. So we'll give you a quick video on how to wash both vehicles, and we're gonna give two different methods as well. I'm gonna use my pressure washer. He doesn't have resonators, but I'm gonna give you a pressure washer wash with a foam cannon, and then we're gonna do 2-bucket method on his. Obviously there's not 2 buckets here, but I have more than 1 bucket. So we're gonna give you 2 different ways to wash vehicles. So let's get into it. All right, so step 1, I wet the vehicles down. Ceramic coating, I will say, doesn't help when you actually wash cars, because the water doesn't stick on there. So you got to keep them, you got to keep spraying it, keep the water on there. So like I said, the first step is to keep the vehicles pretty much soaked as much as you can before you put soap on it. It's about 4 in the afternoon, 4 or 5, so the sun's not too bright. It's actually going down. We'll have shade for an hour or two before we're all done. But I want to explain, I use Leno's Garage, Jay Leno's Garage products. You can use my discount code STAN10, that's S-A-T-N or S-T-A-N, can't even spell my own name, S-T-A-N 10 at lenosgarage.com. This is the wheel cleaner. I love this. And for these 1LEs, the brake dust is pretty horrendous. So the factory pads are terrible. You'll actually see, they don't look dirty, but you'll see the brake dust come off of mine for sure here in a second when I spray it. But the wheel cleaner works good. But like I said, the key to most of this is just good products. I got almost a whole line of Leno's Garage products. I love it. So just make sure you get good products. Even the stuff at like AutoZone or Advanced, wherever you go to, O'Reilly's, I have some of that stuff too that I still use on a regular basis. This wheel cleaner is probably the best that I've found, but like I said, Rain-X, just the basic stuff that you can pick up, I use that as well. But let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna coat the wheels. You don't have to go crazy. Just make sure you get all in the grooves and everything like that. This wheel cleaner will get a good majority of the brake dust off. I still like to go over it with a brush because I want my wheels to be as clean as possible. To be honest, you could actually just use the wheel cleaner itself and the wheels would be pretty clean. But like I said, you just want to give it a good coat. Get most of the areas, well, all the areas, but you want to get back. See, I missed that spot. You want to get back on the underside of everything as much as you can. And I'm not going to do all 4 wheels because they're all the same, but there you go. All right, so like I said, this wheel cleaner works pretty good. You can actually see the brake dust coming off. That purplish color is brake dust with the chemicals pulling it off. Like I said, I love it. It works pretty good. I just wanted to show you guys what you'll actually see. And then like if you're gonna hit it with water while it's still wet so it doesn't dry on there, because it will dry like that. But hit it with water while it's still wet and you'll actually see all of it just pull up like down here at the bottom of the tire like it is right here. So let's go ahead and rinse this off. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, and as you can see, like I said, all that brake cleaner coming off, taking the brake dust with it. just want to get them rinsed off real good. And then, like I said, these wheels were horrible, and they're still pretty clean for the most part. I can still tell there's a light coating of brake dust. I mean, a very light coating. I don't even know. I mean, if I'm working with my finger, I mean, it's not really that dirty. To be honest, they're actually pretty clean. But there's just stuff in the grooves and stuff I like to get with a brush to make sure. Like I said, if you just wanted the basic cleaning, you could just use a wheel cleaner and it'll work good. He's over there rinsing his wheels and tires off. So we'll get started on the car. Like I said, I use a brush. This is a wheel cleaning brush from Leno's Garage. I just use a brush. I have a cheap, like I said, AutoZone type squeegee. It's supposed to be microfiber. It just got dirty over a while, so I don't want to use it on paint. It's fine on wheels. I just got this small brush to get in between the spokes on the wheel, but I just hit it real quick. This time the wheel cleaner actually did a really good job. I don't know, maybe it's me just being anal. I'm so used to washing with brushes, because I've been doing it for so long before I got all these products, or before I started using these products, that it's just a habit, just to make sure that you get everything good. I try to get behind. I know some people are probably watching like, is he gonna do it? But I try to get behind the actual spokes, get into the barrel a bit. This brush is pretty good for that. Yeah, I could take the wheels off and clean them, but how often do people actually do that? I do that maybe once or twice a year, I'm not gonna lie. Or if I'm going to a big car show, I'll get in between, take the wheels off, get every single one. But this is basically the basic concept I use. These brushes I feel like are pretty safe. This wheel has a pretty solid coating on it, and I'll just show you how I do it with this sponge. I just use it to get in between these spokes for the most part, because the first few times I did it, I noticed the brush maybe left a little streaking, and I think that was more or less me not knowing how to clean these wheels. And now I know, like, you got to get in the grooves and everything like that. But there you go. Rinse, get the rest of these done, rinse this wheel off, and we'll be on to washing the actual body paint, what most of you are here for. Just wanted to show another product I would recommend. That is the Grit Guard. This is pretty much the key to not getting your paint scratched or anything like that. You just set it in the bottom of the bucket. Your rags, or not rags, your sponges and everything sit on here instead of the bottom. The grit goes to the bottom. It's all your dirt, grime, and everything like that. It goes to the bottom, keeps your car from getting scratched, and keeps the sponge clean as well. You can kind of use it as an abrasive to kind of scrape the sponge off a little bit, but I just want to show that too. Honestly, that's pretty much a must. Even if you were just to use one bucket, it's way better than just not having it at all. Like, if you were just gonna say, hey, I just want to put soap in a bucket and wash it, if you have that, you're still gonna be good. So I will recommend that too. But I'm actually gonna let Khalif wash his own car while I wash mine, but I'm just gonna show you guys. I got the water coming in this bucket. I'm actually gonna shut it off if I can. So here's the key. You get your soap in this bucket. It's actually got a Grit Guard. I would actually recommend putting a Grit Guard in your water bucket. I don't actually have another one, but I mean, this is supposed to be your kind of sterile bucket anyway. But Grit Guard in there. The key to me is an actual good sponge. This is a microfiber, like super sooty sponge. And then what you want to do is the same soap that you're using. So whatever soap you're using, you just want to take that soap and just coat the sponge real good one time. And then get a little water, and then you do it like that, so it gives kind of something for all this water and stuff to glide on. It's just another layer of protection. I actually learned that from Matt at Lethal Camaro. But then, like I said, you're just gonna soap it up. I'm actually gonna also give him another sponge too. I do half and half with the 2-bucket method. I don't go all the way to the bottom. Like, I don't wash the bottom portion, basically half the door, just to keep the upper part, which is what everybody sees, from getting super scratched up. And then I also just do it in sections. Take your time. You're just gonna do it like that, and then you're just gonna rinse it off with the water bucket. Kind of wring it out. There's still soap on here from when I poured soap on it. You can actually see the red hue. And then you get you some more fresh soap and water, and just soap it up again. And like I said, you'll start picking up dirt towards the middle of washing. Like right now, I probably want to start scrubbing on the bottom of the grit guard. But there you go, that's pretty much it. And like I said, you'll use another sponge for the bottom. That's what I like to do, just to keep the real grimy part of the car kind of separate from the upper part. But I'm gonna give you a sponge now so you can wash the rest of your car.
My hands are dirty.
But yeah, he's gonna wash the rest of his car. We'll, I don't know if this is a good before and after because we already rinsed his car off, but we'll just check it out what it looks like afterwards. Now I'm gonna show you the Canon method on the black car. All right, got my pressure washer going, so I hope you can hear me, but I got my foam cannon, got my soap inside my cannon. This is for the foam method, and we're just gonna go ahead and soap the car down. Get my suds nice and heavy on it, especially with it being black. And the suds is really just like a personal preference. You don't have to put them on this heavy if you don't want to. Like I said, this is how I like to do it. If it's really sunny, you might want to make it a little less sunny, just to add a little bit more water, just to keep everything nice and moist, so you don't actually run out of water and it starts baking on your car. Like I said, you just want to make sure you cover everything. This is actually, I'm pretty proud of myself. This is actually the best I've ever mixed this foam cannon. And I actually like to just keep going with it until it starts doing that, until it starts running out of soap. And that's it. I'm gonna clean this out. So new product I got from Leno's Garage. This is actual microfiber wash mitt. We're gonna see how it works. I had to help Khalif a little bit on his car, so some of the suds have kind of went off the car. But it got most of the grime off, which is the key to this, especially with the Canon. It's to get the grime off beforehand. Now, With the 2-bucket method, you're kind of taking the grime off, but you're kind of leaving. You want to leave it in the bucket and not put it back on the paint. With the Canon, as you can see on the ground, there's a lot of foam. That foam dripping off is gonna be, it's gonna take grime and stuff with it, which is what you want. So like I said, with the Canon, with the foam Canon and the foam itself, you just want it to take the grime off and coat the car while you wash it. And when I do my Canon, I still use the 2-bucket method anyway. I was telling Khalif, I know there's some people out there that don't use the 2-bucket method. They don't even wash their car after they hit it with the Canon. They just go straight to the pressure washer, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do, especially if your car's not super dirty, you don't actually have to use the Canon. If you have a Canon with a good soap, and your car's not just caked up with stuff, it'll actually work. I've done it once with this car. I've done it with my truck as well. Actually with the truck, it worked pretty good. The car, I just do this extra step. I feel it's an extra step with the car just because it's black. And like I said, this is how, with a black vehicle, I feel like you should wash your car. And like I said, we're gonna use a mitt for the lower part of the car. Luckily for me, my front end hasn't been destroyed by rock chips because I have the front Novice Stretch cover that I use on a regular basis, and it works pretty well. With this mitt, with this lower section mitt, I would recommend wringing it out a little bit more what you would with your average mitt, just because, like I said earlier, your lower section is definitely going to be your dirtiest section of the car. So there you go. This is pretty much how you do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of the car myself, so I can go ahead and get done. We're starting to lose a little daylight, but Khalif hasn't rinsed his car off yet, or dried his car off, but it's clean. He washed it, 2-bucket method. Once we dry it off, we'll show you how clean it is. Hopefully the sun will still be up. But that's it. 2-bucket method versus the foam Canon. To me, they work the same. Same results as long as you do your due diligence. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side of the car. Make sure you hit the tips. Make sure you hit the tips. Corsa exhaust, love it. And there it is. We'll finish this up once I get done with the car. All right, so I forgot to mention last step, rinse the car off. It's self-explanatory. Hopefully you can hear me. I got the pressure washer on. I'm ready to get it over. We're starting to lose daylight. Like I said, you want to rinse the car off, dry it off, you're good to go. Microfiber towels are recommended for me, from pretty much everyone, compared to your home conventional towels. We're gonna rinse this car off one more time, rinse my car off before we dry it off, and then we'll be good to go. Like I said, I know I said I was gonna cut the video in the last clip, but you want to rinse your car off. You don't want to leave the soap on there. You leave soap marks and soap stains, everything like that. So I'm gonna use the pressure washer. I like to use the pressure washer to get everything off all at once. A good clean, tough stream of water, and you're good to go. Let's get it. One thing that definitely sucks about a mechanical pressure washer like this is the noise. It really sucks to try to wash your car late at night, or as soon as you get off work, if you get off work a little bit later with this thing, because of your neighbors and the people around you. Luckily, my neighbors really don't care. Luckily, my neighbor actually has a car, so he understands. He has a Mustang. Most people have a car, but he has a Mustang. It's black too. So he's actually came and asked me before, like, what do I do to keep my car as clean as it is? So I've told him as well. So they definitely understand. They actually have been next to us for a long time, so they really don't care. But if you do have a neighbor that's one of those people that actually wants to sit in silence all day, an electric pressure washer will probably be better. That one that I have is an older one. My dad's had it forever, but it's super powerful. We don't have a pressure adjusting head. Well, you can adjust the pressure, but it's not regulated. Like, it's not Pacific PSI or anything like that. But I just want to explain that too. I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments will be like, what pressure washer do you have? They don't even make this thing anymore, so you might as well not even ask. Like, I can tell you, you might be able to buy it. Maybe somebody still has it. We actually change the oil in it regularly, stuff like that. That thing is probably older than me, but it works good. I wouldn't say it's that old. It doesn't look that bad. We can actually check it out. Hopefully you can hear me. It's a good old pressure washer. But the car's pretty well rinsed off. I rinsed his car off too. Let me know what you think about this video, about this POV style video while I actually do stuff. I'm trying it out. I just got some new equipment. I know the audio's not that great. I'm working on audio next. But let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. This is Stan 1LE. Like and shares, comments are appreciated. Comment anything at all. This is Stan 1LE. Y'all have a good one.